Drake just dropped 3 albums in one night, took over the CN Tower in Toronto, revealed his father is battling cancer, and buried specific bars aimed directly at Kendrick Lamar, LeBron James, and DJ Khaled, all at the same time. And sources close to Kendrick are already talking. People inside his circle have seen the bars. They know exactly what Drake said, and what they are saying about his next move is not what anybody expected. Stay with me, because what is happening behind the scenes right now is more interesting than anything on the albums themselves. Alright, let's set the full picture, because you need to understand exactly where we are in the story to appreciate what tonight actually means. It has been nearly 2 years since Kendrick Lamar dropped Not Like Us, and essentially ended Drake's run as the undisputed king of hip-hop. That song hit #1. Kendrick performed it at the Super Bowl halftime show in 2025. He won 5 Grammys, including Song of the Year. Drake's defamation lawsuit against Universal Music Group got dismissed in October 2025. By every public measure, Kendrick won, decisively. Drake spent most of that time in relative silence on the music side. A collab album with Party Next Door here, a few singles there, nothing that felt like a real answer to what Kendrick had done. Until tonight. Because tonight, Drake did not just drop one comeback album. He dropped 3. Iceman, Habibti, and Maid of Honour all landed at midnight simultaneously, with 0 warning. The internet could not process it. Tens of thousands of people gathered outside the CN Tower in Toronto, where Drake had set up a full projector display, turning the entire building into an ice visual. The scale of this was unlike anything we have seen in years, and buried inside those 3 albums were bars. Specific, targeted, deliberate bars aimed at people who crossed him. And Kendrick Lamar's name is very much in the conversation. Now here's where it gets crazy. On the track Make Them Remember, Drake raps, "I shouldn't even be shocked to see you in that arena, because you always made your career off of switching teams up." That line is widely believed to be aimed directly at LeBron James, who publicly sided with Kendrick during the beef and attended Kendrick's concert in LA. And then Drake follows it up with, "Please stop asking what's going on with 23 and me. I'm a real one and he's not. It's in my DNA." The 23 referencing LeBron's jersey number. Crystal clear, no ambiguity. Now stay with me, because the Kendrick angle is where it gets really interesting. Drake does not say Kendrick's name directly on the album, at least not in the bars that have surfaced so far, but the references are there if you know where to look. The entire Iceman concept is framed as a direct response to the narrative that Kendrick froze him out of the culture. The name itself, reportedly a nod to Val Kilmer's character in Top Gun, carries that meaning, the one who got underestimated and came back colder. And sources close to Kendrick's camp are not dismissing any of it. People in his circle have been made aware of the specific lines and the general direction of the project. The question is not whether Kendrick noticed. The question is what he does next. Now, before we get into Kendrick's silence, let's talk about the reactions that have actually been public, because they tell you a lot.
I'm at work. I don't really care. I have to come on here and talk about this. But it's really so hard to understand how people literally thought that Kendrick Lamar could be compared to Drake. Kendrick Lamar is not doing the shit that Drake is doing. What other person can get all these ice blocks in the middle of Toronto for an album release date? And he had the entire city of Toronto digging through the ice to find a release date. What other rapper is getting iced out seats at a game? What other rapper literally has the whole entire world ready for May 15th for an album to come out? What I can say is that it's not Kendrick Lamar. I was literally talking to my mom yesterday about Kendrick Lamar versus Drake, and she said, "Is Kendrick Lamar a basketball player?" But my 66-year-old mother loves Drake's music, and she hates rap. I feel like that's just all I have to say is Drake literally is you cannot compare him to Kendrick Lamar because it's unfair to Kendrick Lamar.
Charlemagne the God, based on the leaked track that surfaced before the albums dropped, came out calling Drake a sore loser. He said, "I hope this isn't what Iceman is about, because if it is, I'm going to assume we're calling him Iceman because he's frozen in time. That is a cold read," pun intended. Charlemagne essentially said that if Drake's whole comeback is built on relitigating a beef he already lost publicly, it is not going to land the way he thinks it will. DJ Akademiks, on the other hand, was fully locked in from the jump, could not get the album names right in real time, was on stream losing his mind, and came out defending the entire rollout as a new standard for the industry. Akademiks called it a new meta, the Easter eggs, the episode drops, the CN Tower moment, all of it. He said the level of artistry and effort going into this was something Drake had not shown in years. And then there is the DJ Khaled angle, which is almost too funny. Drake raps, "Your people are still waiting for a free Palestine, but apparently everything isn't black and white and red and green." That is a direct shot at Khaled, the man who spent years publicly defending Drake, the man who posts nothing but positivity and "we the best" energy. Drake went at him anyway, and Khaled has not responded. But wait for it, because here's the detail that changes everything. 1 hour before the 3 albums dropped, Drake released Iceman Episode 4, and in it, he revealed that his father is currently battling cancer. He did not just announce it, he rapped it. The line was, "My dad got cancer right now, we battling stages." That line reframes the entire night, because suddenly, this is not just a comeback album, or a beef response, or a chart play. This is a son processing one of the hardest moments of his life through music, and releasing 3 projects worth of work in a single night as a statement about what family means and what drives him. And that context is exactly why Kendrick's silence is so loud right now. Because people close to Kendrick's camp understand that responding to Drake in the immediate aftermath of that revelation is a very specific kind of move. You are not just responding to bars anymore. You are responding to a man who just told the world his father is sick. The optics of that are complicated, and Kendrick is too calculated to not understand that. Sources close to his circle are suggesting the response, if it comes, will not be immediate. It will be timed, deliberate, and when it lands, it will not be reactive. It will be the next move in a game that Kendrick has been playing several steps ahead of for 2 years. Here's what this all actually means though. Drake dropping 3 albums in one night with bars aimed at Kendrick, LeBron, Khaled, and others is a statement of intent. It is him saying he is not done, he is not frozen, and he is not going quietly. The scale of the rollout, the CN Tower, the simultaneous triple drop, none of that is accidental. Every piece of it is designed to force a response from somebody, and Kendrick's silence so far is arguably the most powerful response available to him right now. Because every hour that passes without a word from Dot is another hour where people debate whether Drake's bars actually landed, whether the albums are good enough to matter, whether the Iceman era is real or just noise. The internet is already splitting. Drake fans think the bars are devastating. Kendrick fans think the silence proves nothing hit hard enough to warrant a response. And that debate is going to run for weeks, regardless of what either artist does next. So where does this leave us? Drake dropped 3 albums, took over Toronto, revealed his father is battling cancer, put specific bars on record aimed at Kendrick Lamar's legacy, LeBron James's loyalty, and DJ Khaled's silence on Palestine. And as of right now, Kendrick Lamar has said absolutely nothing. No cap, this is the most significant night in hip-hop in years. Not because the albums are necessarily perfect, but because Drake forced the entire conversation back open at a scale nobody was ready for. He made it impossible to ignore him, and he did it on his own terms. The question now is simple. Does Kendrick respond? And if so, when, how, and with what? People close to his camp say the silence is not weakness, it is patience. And if that is true, then whatever comes next from Kendrick Lamar is going to be worth waiting for. Drop your prediction in the comments. Does Dot respond, and how fast? Anyway, this concludes today's video. Be sure to subscribe to LoafTube for future celebrity videos, and turn on that post notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Until then, see you in the next one.